Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries. Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, we'll help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome into this Monday edition of SEC Tailgate here on the X Sports Network. Michael Marks alongside Hayden Burks. As we keep you up to date on everything going on in the SEC, and if I can get signed in real quick.
Not really much to talk about except the AP poll.
Yeah, well, I would say we got a lot of stuff going on today. We're starting our schedule predictions for the SEC teams. We're going to go through Arkansas and Alabama today. We also got, again, like you said, the AP poll. Some news going on around the conference. And Google makes it really easy for you to sign in for stuff.
Gotta love some technology.
All right. So Lady Vols basketball player Ruby Whitehorn was arrested Friday afternoon on a domestic assault and aggravated burglary charges. She will be in court tomorrow, August 12th. Whitehorn said that she was defending herself in an altercation that took place in a parking lot. The other woman allegedly grabbed Whitehorn's phone and then went back inside her home. Whitehorn then kicked down the door to get her property back, which led into another altercation. Definitely not a good look. I mean, in any instance when you have to kick somebody's door down, it's definitely going to kind of label you as the bad guy here in this situation. And obviously, not the kind of publicity that the Lady Vols basketball program would want. You know, they're coming off a good first year of the Kim Caldwell era, and then you have an instance like this. I would assume that that's probably going to be it for Whitehorn's time on the Lady Vols basketball team. Don't want to speak prematurely, though. Obviously, she'll have to go through a court day and other things like that.
Just don't need that in your program.
Yeah, definitely not a great look. Some not some great news. Seems like the Knoxville PD was a little busy on Friday.
Yeah.
Tennessee wide receiver Chris Brazzell was also arrested on Friday in a separate incident. Brazzell was pulled over for going 60 and a 35, and then officers learned his license was also suspended. But Brazzell was at practice with the team this morning, so it seems that incident has been resolved or kind of pushed to the side.
But I say that's not too big of an issue as the first issue was, but still.
Well, I mean, they're just taking.
You want to support you want to represent your university. There we go. That's what.
Yeah, definitely. Saw a lot of people joking that hey, if you want to beat Georgia, you got to start driving like them, and that was definitely the look that gave. So let's go back to the year 2008. Okay, Lane Kiffin is the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And going into halftime against their game on September 28th against the Chargers, he trots out Sebastian Janikowski to kick a 76-yard field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, missed it by more than 10 or 12 yards. Kiffin was fired 2 days later. You don't think about it much.
Yep.
Well, this weekend, former Arkansas kicker Cam Little hit a 70-yard field goal for the Jacksonville Jaguars in their preseason game against the Steelers. That's stupid.
Going into halftime.
He kicked it from the other 40-yard line.
Yeah, he sure did. And he had enough to go another 5 yards.
And he drilled it. I mean, by far the most impressive kick we probably ever seen.
Well, I'll tell you this: if he wasn't a starter then, he is now.
He is now. Yeah. Now, even due to it being a preseason game, technically the longest kick in NFL history is also a former SEC guy. Technically now, Justin Tucker, who hit a 66-yarder against the Lions back in 2021. Tucker went to Texas. So it kind of shows you the evolution of kickers in the past 17 years. That a 76-yard field goal by somebody who had probably the strongest leg in the NFL at that time, missed it so bad that a coach got fired, and now you can trot a guy out for a 70-yard field goal, and I mean that
just drilled it. Yeah, I mean it's impressive. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of that. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean you see it, and it was like Cam Little 70. Whoa. Yeah. I mean that's
preseason.
Yeah, because that 66-yarder went off the top of the crossbar and then rolled over. Yeah. I mean he cleared that one.
Really, he had room to go further.
Yeah. Really impressive stuff there from Cam Little. We'll hop into the AP poll. We got 10 SEC teams in it, but we'll kind of go. We'll just go 1 through 25. Texas at 1, obviously. Penn State 2, Ohio State 3. Those three kind of been the consensus top three really all preseason. 4 is Clemson, 5 Georgia, 6 Notre Dame. Those are kind of seen as that tier 2 of teams, and then 7 through 14 is the same as the coaches poll. We got Oregon at 7, Alabama at 8, LSU at 9, Miami at 10, Arizona State at 11, Illinois at 12, South Carolina at 13, Michigan at 14. You got Florida at 15, SMU at 16, Kansas State 17, Oklahoma 18, 19 Texas A&M, 20 Indiana, 21 Ole Miss, Iowa State at 22, Texas Tech 23, Tennessee 24, and Boise State 25. So I mean, looking at it, you got 10 of the top 25. You got Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, South Carolina, Florida, Oklahoma, A&M, Ole Miss, and Tennessee all in the top 25. That's 10 of your 16 teams in your conference ranked. In football, that's hard to do. You got 2 others receiving votes, Missouri and Auburn. Auburn kind of, your look says it all. I was like, okay. I mean,
Missouri, I get it. I could see Vanderbilt, maybe an RV, people throwing them in there, but Auburn for me is just a shock.
Yeah, so the 4 SEC teams not getting votes kind of give me Vandy, Arkansas, Kentucky, Mississippi State. Yep. I don't see a point anywhere this season where Kentucky or Mississippi State or Arkansas will be seeing votes, but we'll get to that a little later.
Vanderbilt maybe. I don't see Auburn.
Yeah, the coaches poll and the AP poll look pretty similar for most SEC teams. You got Texas at 1. They both have. AP poll's got Georgia at 5. Coaches poll's got them at 4. I think 4 is probably a better ranking for them. Alabama's at 8 for both. LSU at 9. South Carolina at 13. First switch ups comes at 15. The AP poll's got Florida at 15. Coaches poll's got Ole Miss. Well, in the coaches poll, Florida is 17, and in the AP poll, Ole Miss is 21st. So not as much love for the SEC in the AP poll necessarily, even though there are 10 teams ranked. Again, with Oklahoma at 18. They're not even ranked in the coaches poll. I think they were just outside. I think they were 26th, but I mean that's a big jump up right there. So the Riders are definitely loving Oklahoma a little more than the fellow coaches. A&M at 19. They're at 21 in the coaches poll. So I think that's probably a fair ranking for them, somewhere in the 19 to 21 range. Ole Miss 21. That's way too low. Every time you take your eyes off Lane Kiffin, which is what the AP poll has done right here, he shuts you up.
I think they're around the 17 range.
Yeah, easily.
But what, 21?
21.
Yeah, that's way too low.
This one may look like a little bias, but I really don't think it is. Tennessee at 24 in the AP poll, 18th in the coaches poll.
Yeah.
It seems like the media read all the Nico stuff, and it seems like the coaches poll think they're probably still going to have a top 5 defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think the coaches must know something that we don't, the AP. I mean,
or the AP knows something the coaches don't, but that's never the case.
I'm okay with either one of them, 18 or 24, just because the question marks, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's going to be a lot of questions that are going to have to answer as us as Tennessee fans. So I'm okay with both of them. If you want to go mean, median, and mode, I guess we just put them right at 21.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that. But yeah, so now we've got some numbers in front of the names, so it kind of lets us give a further look into some matchups. Well, we have 3 top 10 matchups in Week 1, Hayden. Mm-hmm. And they all have one thing in common, and I'll get to that in a second. So you got number 1 Texas at number 3 Ohio State. You got number 4 Clemson taking on number 9 LSU, and then number 6 Notre Dame going to visit number 10 Miami. Yep. All 3 of those games, top 10 matchups in Week 1, none of them are neutral side.
Yeah.
Texas and Ohio State is at the Horseshoe. Clemson and LSU is at, well, what some people would say, it's at Clemson.
Oh, it is at Clemson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason,
it's at Death Valley.
Yeah, it is Death Valley.
Just whichever one you want to give credit to being the real Death Valley, and then Notre Dame at Miami in Hard Rock Stadium. Now, Miami doesn't have much of a home field advantage necessarily. Mm-hmm. Just with their stadium being off campus, it kind of makes it a little harder for fans to get out. And we even got a ranked matchup in Week 0 with Iowa State and Kansas State, which, kind of looking at some of the things we looked at in our AP poll preview on Exports Today.
I like Iowa State winning.
I do too, if they can stop the run.
Mm-hmm. If they can stop the run, I like their chances.
All right, so when we come back, we're going to be looking at Alabama and Arkansas's schedules, kind of give you best case scenario, worst case scenario, and what we think is going to happen coming up next.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Pat's Cafe and Catering has been proudly serving customers in Lawrenceburg since 1987. For 4 generations, our family-run cafe has served up delicious breakfast and lunch favorites, with friendly service and a welcoming atmosphere. We also offer full-service catering and can help to make your next party or event a success. For great food and friendly faces, visit us today at Pat's Cafe and Catering.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as the Summit at Home, is a licensed non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options, and long-term care policies at 931-762-2310. We look forward to assisting you with keeping your independence longer.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the SEC Tailgate. Michael Marks, Hayden Burks. And Hayden, we are starting our football schedule predictions for the year. So pretty much what we're going to do is similar to kind of our year-end review process. We're going to go through two teams each day. And pretty much that leads us right up to football season. So first off, we got Alabama. Yep. And we're doing these alphabetically, so we're not just doing like best to worst or something. So week one, I got at Florida State, 2:30 on ABC. Florida State, though, 2-10 last year. Yep. So, obviously not the same Florida State we're used to seeing. But I think they'll be a lot better than they were last year. But how much better is the question?
I think they could be bowl eligible this year. I think that's a 5-win team in my opinion for Florida State.
They're not beating Alabama.
Yeah, they're not beating Alabama.
All right, so Alabama 1-0 heading into ULM. ULM went 5-7 last year. Started the season 5-1 and lost their last 6. So
not beating Alabama.
Yeah, did not happen. It's not 2007. All right. Week 3, they host Wisconsin at 11. Wisconsin 5-7 last year. Another team similar to ULM. They started the season off 5-2 last year, with their only losses being to USC and Alabama, who were at the time were very good teams, and then went on to lose their last 5. I think Alabama's starting 4-0 or 3-0, as we head into the bye week. Yep. Now, coming out of the bye week, week 4, September 27th at Georgia. Georgia 11-3 last year, won the SEC championship. But Alabama beat them 41-34 in Bryant-Denny. How do you see us going in Sanford Stadium?
I've got Georgia. I think that home field advantage, they're going to be wanting some revenge. I think that crowd's going to have a lot to do with it. They're going to be loud, so I got to take Georgia.
Yeah, and looking at it, both teams are going to have a new starting quarterback from last year. Ty Simpson or Austin Mack or Keelan Russell, whoever Alabama puts. We don't. I would say Alabama. We don't know who their quarterback is. I think Ty Simpson's looking like the favorite as of now. But that's going to be their first true road game. I mean, obviously their first game's at Florida State, but it just feels like this will be their true hostile environment. Yep. You get Georgia at night, a team that you beat last year, off an incredible game. So I'm going to go loss right there. Now that one could go either way, but right now I'm going loss. Then the next week they host Vanderbilt.
They got that one circled.
Yeah, I about to say. I mean, you look at all the games on this schedule. There are 2 games I got that if I was an Alabama fan, I would have circled, and they're against the 2 teams from Tennessee. They lost to Vanderbilt last year, 40-35, as the number 1 team in the country. It was the first time Vanderbilt had ever beaten Alabama as the number 1 team in the country. They've beaten anybody in the number 1 team in the country. Stormed the field, threw the goalposts into the river. I mean, it was a party on Broadway that night. So, yeah, it's hard to
Alabama.
Give me Alabama. Now, the next week, they go to Missouri. It's an 11 o'clock game against the Tigers. Now, last year when they played, it was a blowout. It was 34-0. It was over before halftime. But Brady Cook didn't play in that game. Yep. Now, Brady Cook won't be playing in this game because he's gone. But Missouri they'll have their new quarterback, and you'd think by week 6 or 7 that he might have it figured out, but I don't think Alabama's going to lose.
Alabama's a winner.
They're not going to lose to Missouri. All right, October 18th, Tennessee. It's another one that I think they got circled, and
I think they're going to win that one.
I do too.
They're beating Tennessee.
So heading into game 8 at
We lost
6.
one game.
Yeah, it's 6-1. Now this is the one I got circled at South Carolina. I don't see this being anything but a 6:30 night game on ABC, and South Carolina gets that one game every year at night at home. I think South Carolina's going to win this one.
I like it.
I think this is that upset.
Yeah, I think it's a close one, but I'm going to still pick Alabama for that one just because I think the next week after that will be the one they lose.
All right, so they got a bye week, but then
Or the week after, yeah.
they host LSU. Now, last year it was at LSU. They had College Game Day. It was hyped up, and then Alabama ran all over them, 42-13. This year, it's a little bit of a revenge factor because LSU, I mean, they got spanked. They couldn't get anything going. I think LSU's got this one circled. I think that we're going to flip-flop what we did on the last one. I think they're going to beat LSU, but for you, I'll give them the loss.
Yeah, but I say for me, I've got LSU for some reason. LSU just every other year it just seems like they've got Alabama where they want them when it comes to late game situations.
Yep.
So
and then there's no more Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe had been giving LSU fits for the past 2 seasons. He's gone. You'll be able to.
The only thing Alabama's got going for them in that game is that they're at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Yep.
That's it.
Week 10, they got another home game against the team that beat them the year before, November 15th against Oklahoma.
That's another revenge game. That's a big win.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be rather emphatic. I think they're going to leave no doubt. Week 11, you got Eastern Illinois.
That's a win.
That's probably going to be a win. I don't see an FCS team beating Alabama. Week 12, at Auburn.
Throw out the records, boys.
Yeah, it's
I've
Alabama.
still got Alabama.
Yeah, I do too, but it's Alabama and Auburn. You can't throw anything out. So our record right now sits Alabama at 10-2 to fall at the end of the season. I think
that's safe and solid.
Yeah, I think best case scenario that this team could go 12-0. I mean, there are instances where maybe Ty Simpson has really solidified that QB role and goes in and slings it all over the yard against Georgia. Maybe there's no problems with South Carolina. Maybe they really do take a big step back from last year. Maybe LSU remains no more of a problem. These are some toss-up games for them. That they could go 12-4, but or 12-0. But worst case scenario, I think this Alabama team could be 8-4. I don't see them ever losing to Florida State, ULM, or Wisconsin, but you could very easily lose to Georgia. I think you could very easily lose to Tennessee.
You could lose to
South Carolina and LSU.
Yeah.
I would say everything else I feel like is pretty much a gimme, maybe except just looking at things. Obviously, injuries will play a factor in most of these games as they do in college football.
I think it'd be closer between Oklahoma and Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt they are going to want to destroy them.
Yeah, I would say because you got to realize this from Vanderbilt's point of view, they're hearing everybody say that Alabama's got this one circled.
Yeah,
they're ready for you.
Yeah,
so who knows? So again. Yeah, best case scenario for Alabama, I think we go with 12-0. Worst case, probably an 8-4 team. I don't see that one happening though, unless the QB situation doesn't work out. I think the most fair assumption is 10-2. I got them losing to Georgia and South Carolina. You got them losing to Georgia and LSU. Yep. Very tough teams. All right, now let's get over to Arkansas. Arkansas went 7-6 last year. Had it was a pretty good year, all things considered. You bring back Sam Pittman, you still got Bobby Petrino, and you still got Taylor Green, which makes them very, very interesting. Heading into week 1, Alabama A&M, that will be on August 30th at 3:15. I think we're going to see probably 60 or 70 points put up by Arkansas right there against an FCS team.
That's 1-0.
And now, week 2, you got Butch Jones coming to town in Arkansas State. I think you can go 2-0 right there.
Yep, that's another win.
And here's where it gets bad. You got to go to Ole Miss. Now, last year, Ole Miss came to Oxford, and they beat you like a drum, 63-31. I think we're probably going to see a pretty similar situation here.
I got Ole Miss winning.
Yeah, I'd say loss for Arkansas. Now, probably their most compelling game of the year, week 4, September 20th at Memphis. Memphis is a very good group of 5 team, y'all. I mean, I remember I was telling you about it. I think it was 2015. I'm going to look this up just to make sure. I think Memphis and Ole Miss played at Memphis.
And Memphis won that game.
And I think Memphis won that game. They went 9-4 that year. Let me check the schedule. Yeah, they beat number 13 Ole Miss 37-24.
I like Memphis. I really do like Memphis in this game.
Yeah, I do too. So I'm gonna
2-2.
2-2. Heading into probably their biggest home game of the year at home against Notre Dame at 11.
They're gonna get smacked.
And they're probably gonna get smacked. So we're at 2-3 heading into the bye week. October 11th at Tennessee. Now
they're gonna get beat.
Personally, I say win. Personally, you say loss. Pardon.
Yeah. You say loss.
Well, I say Arkansas loses.
Yeah. Or I say beat Tennessee's gonna beat the brakes off Arkansas.
Yeah, because this is kind of that game that Tennessee's got circled because they used to play Arkansas pretty frequently in the 90s and early 2000s. Then you added all the extra SEC teams in, and it felt like we never saw them. And when we did see them, it would be a bad year for us and a good year for them.
Yep.
I think this is the end of that. Yep. I think we're finally going to get that Arkansas monkey off our back. But this is an Arkansas schedule review, so we'll hop on to the next game that's a little interesting. Texas A&M. Now, this game, the Southwest Classic, had usually been played at AT&T Stadium in Jerry's World in Dallas, but for the first time, obviously, since they've come to the SEC, this will be played at the campuses. So it'll be at Arkansas this year. Last year, Texas A&M won 21-17. I think we're probably going to see a pretty similar result here.
Again. Yep.
Now, the next week against Auburn, it's at home. They beat Auburn last year 24-14 at Auburn. So, I mean, I think we can give them a win here.
I don't think we can.
You're going to give them a loss?
I'm going to give them a loss, and I think after this game against Auburn is when Sam Pittman will be out the door, if not earlier, in my opinion.
Well, I will agree with you in the case of if Arkansas loses this game if Arkansas loses to Auburn, I mean they're going to be 2 and 5 and 6.
2 and 5.
Yeah, 2 and 5, 2 and 6. Then you got Mississippi State. They beat them like a drum last year. Arkansas did, and I think they're going to do it again this year. Mississippi State's just not really got much going for them. And now heading into the last 3 games,
so they're 3 and 6 right now for me.
They got to win out to make a bowl game. I don't have them winning any of these games.
Nope, I don't either.
I mean, so that'll have us at 3 and 9.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I got because I see them winning Mississippi State, and then Arkansas State and Alabama A&M. Those are the 3 wins I see. I don't see anything else.
I would say I think Memphis could be a toss-up. Yeah. Auburn obviously a toss-up game. I think A&M's probably in that realm, but I mean the games like the Ole Miss that's a loss. Notre Dame that's going to be a loss. Tennessee should be a loss. A&M's an iffy one, but LSU and Texas will probably handle business. Yeah. Not sure about Missouri. That one could also be a toss-up.
I think Missouri's the better team.
I think Missouri is overall just top to bottom better. So yeah, we're at
3 and 9.
3 and 9.
That's what I've got. Yeah.
So yeah, and you know, in my mind, that was worst case scenario. But the thing is, with the 3 games we had them winning, I mean, they shouldn't lose.
Yeah, they shouldn't
lose any of those 3 games. I mean, this was like a worst case scenario. I feel like they squeak an upset out against not like a crazy one like Tennessee last year, but
maybe it's a Missouri.
Maybe they beat a Missouri or an A&M or something like that. Best case, I had them 7-5 because I think obviously you win the Arkansas A&M or Alabama State and Arkansas State games. I think you can win that Memphis game.
Yeah, win the Memphis game, win the Auburn game.
So that's got you at 4 wins. You win the Mississippi State game, you're at 5. I had Tennessee and Missouri as wins for Arkansas as probably the next 2 teams to fall. So, yeah, I mean, that's what's crazy about Arkansas this year is that they went 7-5 last year, or 7-6, I believe. But
they won their bowl game last year, didn't they?
They did.
They went 6-6. And then finish the season 7-6, winning their bowl game. So, best case scenario is to go 7-5. That's the best case.
Yeah, and when you already got a coach on the hot seat, best case scenario cannot be 7-5. You need to be like, hey, we can win 8 games this year, and this team cannot do that.
I don't think that team can do it.
So again,
I don't even think they can win 4 games. That's why I've got 3 and 9.
Yeah, probably bottom close to, if not the bottom of the SEC. Because the thing is, sure, you got Auburn and Mississippi State on this schedule. But other than that, man, it's brutal. It is brutal. So that will do it for our schedule predictions for today. Obviously, we did Alabama. We think 10-2. Arkansas, we think 3-9. And coming up on Wednesday, we might not have a show on Wednesday. Just depends on how scheduling with middle school volleyball goes. But if we do have a show Wednesday, we'll be doing Auburn and Florida. If not, we'll push that to Friday. But that's all we got for this episode of the SEC Tailgate. For Michael Marks and Hayden Burks, you've been watching the X Sports Network.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.